The Dakota Access Oil Pipeline has united hundreds of Native American tribes, Americans, and even people across the globe in the fight to protect sacred water. In 2016 alone, there were 220 significant pipeline spills, and in the year before, 326.
I'm here representing myself, my heart, my spirit, and the waters that
Many people have come here from places already suffering water contamination, such as my people. The Diné are the Navajos from Arizona and New Mexico, who know about this contamination intimately. We have our own black snake here that we have to fight as well. From the uranium contamination that we're dealing with in all of Western Navajo, Central Navajo, and Shiprock area, to the arsenic contamination that we're also dealing with, the drawdown in our water tables and disappearance of our springs and the ecosystems they support. A lot of my family members are dealing with cancer.
So I know what to do. Uranium in our water. I'm so grumpy. Okay?
Because it's like this is you're so helpless. You can't, like the overwhelming sense is that there's nothing you can do because the contamination was there. It's already in your baby's bodies, and you're now a part of that never-ending struggle to prove that this was unjust, that our babies didn't deserve to be poisoned. The last thing you want to know is that you are unable to protect your babies from something that you know is extremely harmful for them.
State corporate crime refers to crimes that result from the relationship between the policies of the state and practices of corporations. On the Navajo Nation, large multinational corporations mined uranium, and the only customer for that uranium was the United States government. And when the mining was finished, corporations left open mines and mine tailings that have forever contaminated the reservation's water supply. To this day, many people have become very ill and died. In Michigan, the state-appointed emergency manager switched clean drinking water to water from the Flint River to save money. When General Motors complained that the river water was eroding their car parts, Michigan switched the water back to clean water for GM. But people in the city were forced to consume the river water contaminated with lead.
I feel like we're worse than we were before because, like, everybody knows, but nothing has really happened. Not to the level that it needs to happen.
Starting this month, people are going to have their water shut off. Poison water. No one pays for poison water. No one pays for poison water. No one pays for poison water.
When lead enters your body, it gets absorbed into your bloodstream and affects almost every part, but it's most damaging to the central nervous system and brain.
They call it a neurological disorder, where the toxins have attacked my central nervous system. Right?
Yeah, you get the tremors though real bad. And the early onset dementia is he's forgetting things.
It's a bad roller coaster ride. It's like,
Well, what's going on with you right now?
it's like everything's tense.
Besides being overwhelmed.
Yeah, well,
But
Wait, should we take
I gotta.
should we take a break?
Yeah, I gotta take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what my husband goes through all the time. That's why we don't go to all the meetings, because he's a wreck. Our doctor gave us a packet to get our will together. So, we don't know if he's gonna die or not. Our oldest son is showing signs of pain all over and migraines. If we're hurt and sick, that's totally different than, if one of our kids get too sick or possibly die because of this,
Sammy's lead level in the last year he was at like a 1, he's at a 9. That's the only thing that we've noticed, yeah.
I'm taking it back.
Showers and baths, yep.
You guys having any skin irritation?
Sammy does.
You had your water tested, you don't trust the result? Or?
Nope. I just don't trust it. It came back that everything was negative, that all the levels were within normal limits, and from last year to this year, my middle one has went up 8 points. He's at the dangerous level of being too high for lead, and we have to test him again next month.
Are you using the filter?
Yep. We have the filter, we have all the bottled water. We are not drinking the water, but he bathes in the water.
Just like Flint is an American disgrace, so is what's happening in Standing Rock. As white people in this country are grappling with a national identity with Trump's election, I would say people of color, indigenous people, like this isn't anything new, because like what's happening in Flint and the motivations for Flint and the water crisis and the dismantling of democracy and privatizing water resources is very similar to what's happening in Standing Rock. Transnational corporations like Enbridge, which not only has potential to basically poison the Great Lakes with Line 5, and they're also an investor in North Dakota access pipelines.
Government and corporations are working together to get what they want. And if poor people are sacrificed, that's just part of doing business. I hope that Americans will begin to wake up, because the line between the middle class and the poor is becoming blurred, and more people are going to be affected.
This awakening of the 8th fires and what was written in the Birchbark Scrolls, and of all the prophecies throughout the globe and all the people, it is surfacing. And the bottom line to it is enough is enough. It's water.